Hey, scrappy people. Traci Reed here today, coming at you with an unboxing of the Wildflower collection. Oh, you guys, I love this collection so much because I really feel like of all of the collections that I've designed in this sort of theme, this girly floral sort of theme, this one really defines me the most. You can tell because it's got Converse and flowers all together in one collection. So the Wildflower collection includes all of the normal things that I include in my collections, starting with the papers that come in 12 by 12 size, traveler's notebook size, and patterned card size. The patterned card size comes in both 3 by 4 and 4 by 6, so you can print whichever one you want or both. The patterns are all scaled to the appropriate size. We will go over those in a second. We also have traveler's notebook signatures, 2 sets of journaling cards, and a set of stickers, a set of stamps, and a digital kit. So the stamps in the digital kit are something that we're going to have to look at on the computer. So let's talk about all of the printables first. First of all, let's look at the patterns. So the color palette in the Wildflower collection, we'll pull that out first so we can check it out. The first thing that you will notice is there is not one single pink, red, coral, or even a blush in this entire collection. Now, I love me some pink. I include it in almost every single one of my collections, but I wanted to do a springy, flowery, girly collection that didn't include any pink because I know that there are a lot of girls and women out there who just pink may not be their favorite. So we've got lots and lots of blues, yellows, and greens. You'll see that the grass green is a super deep, grassy, very organic feeling green rather than your typical spring green color. All of the colors in this collection are super vibrant and rich. There's no pastels for spring in this collection. So let's talk about how the papers come. They come in 12 by 12 size. They come in Traveler's Notebook, which is 8.25 by 4.25 size. They also come in pattern card size, both 3 by 4s and 4 by 6s, plus 6 by 4s and 4 by 3s. On the printable sheets for the patterned cards, if a pattern has a specific orientation like this one, it's going to be included on the pattern sheets the patterned card sheets in both orientations so that you can use it either way. You get all of the files in the pattern card sets regardless. So you get 4 by 3 and 3 by 4 of every pattern, 4 by 6 and 6 by 4 of every pattern. But on the printable sheets, especially to help you save paper, if the pattern can just be rotated and it doesn't really have a specific orientation, there's only one copy on the printable sheet. But if it needs a specific orientation, you get both. So that is my spiel for the patterns. The Traveler's Notebook size papers and the patterned cards all come on printable sheets. The 12 by 12s don't, obviously. So let's take a look at the patterns. You know, you can't have a collection called Wildflower without tons of florals, but I kept the florals very, all of the florals in this collection are very different. So there's going to be something for everyone. This one is the main floral of the collection, and you can see that it is not super duper loud. Sometimes my florals and florals in general can be super vibrant and overwhelming, and for a lot of people hard to use, but I don't find florals hard to use, but for a lot of people the bolder, brighter, bigger florals are hard to use. So the main floral in this collection is small, dainty, easy to use in small bits and pieces. Then we have butterflies. Now the butterflies in this collection, we'll be able to see them better in a different format, but the butterflies in this collection are all hand-drawn. They are gorgeous. They are different. They are sort of bohemian in vibe. Of course, we have the chucks in all the different colors of the collection. Oh, I just love them so much. And of course I had to mix them with daisies. There are some with flowers coming out of the chucks, and then a couple different variations on chucks together. And it's on this beautiful taupe background. I decided to go with like a taupe rather than a gray or a blush. It's still kind of grayish because taupe is kind of grayish, but I just had to. This is one of the patterns that was like stuck in my head from the get-go, and it's this beautiful daisy pattern on blue. So I had to use that one. I had to create it. And then this one is one of my favorites in the collection. Oh, this blue is just amazing. I love it so much. It's my favorite blue in the collection. So I had to give it its own floral. Of course, a stripe. Now I wanted to do like a nice big bold stripe for this collection because I felt like the colors really lended themselves to a bold look. Polka dots on taupe. I don't normally do a normal sort of polka dot paper, but I felt like this collection really deserved one. Like it felt like that sort of collection, that sort of vibe that a simple normal polka dot would really work with. I have two different textures in this collection. The first is this deep blue denim. You can even see like the seam of the denim on this paper. Then the second texture is this barnwood grayish taupe-ish wood grain paper. Oh, I love this texture in this collection so much. So cool. Then I decided to include a diagonal stripe in a smaller size on a dark color. I don't typically do my stripes on dark colors, but I really liked how this one looked. And because we're doing the sort of blue and yellow, more tomboyish color palette for this collection, I felt like this deeper sort of masculine-ish, it's not masculine, but it's more masculine than it would be on white. This sort of deep masculine-ish, tomboy-ish stripe really worked well. I had to throw in hearts because I just love hearts and I have fun drawing them. So these are little stitched hearts over multicolored hearts in different sizes. You saw this on Instagram. If you follow me, you saw me design this paper, or at least make the design decision to go away from a scalloped paper into a daisy scallop. If you didn't watch that on Instagram, it's in my reels. It's a really cool video talking about my thought process and my design process for all of my collections, but specifically the Wildflower collection. I had to do daisy crowns, and they made such a pretty paper. Hexagons with the leaves in them in the middle. I wanted to do a hexagon paper, but just normal hexagons are sort of boring, but I really loved the way that the leaves looked on top of this hexagon. It tied it into that wildflower vibe really well. Here are some more of the butterflies. You can see them close up, all different colors with some flowers and some vines in that taupe color. Then we have some tonal greens. First is the stitched diamonds. Then we have vines. Here is a plaid, because you know I have to include a plaid. It even has the stitches on it too. Then this really cool word paper that I have, that I showed you in the pattern cards. And lastly, this sort of sketchy dot in this deep green. So those are the patterns for the Wildflower collection. You can see it's not your typical spring Eastery pastel collection. It's going to really go well with your photos from, you know, any sort of outdoor spring vibe. Here are the Traveler's Notebook papers. It says this is like, okay, so when I started visualizing this collection, this was the vibe that I was going for. And it took me forever to come up with an appropriate phrase like that really captured what I was going for in this collection. This was one of the last like cards I designed because it took me that long. But it says, she's a princess in jeans and high tops, a wildflower growing free from expectations. Oh, yes, that is exactly what I was feeling. I'm so glad that I finally like worked my thought process into words. And of course, I had to put it on that pretty blue paper that I loved so much. Of course, it's a different color. It's a little bit lighter. It's on the lighter blue. With my Traveler's Notebook signatures, I like to include a mix of designer cards, journal cards, and alternate pattern colorways. So here is a journal card. I also really wanted to make sure that in this collection, yes, it has that sort of feminine wildflower vibe, but I also wanted to make sure that there were a lot of usable everyday sort of sentiments in this collection. So this says, a wonderful memory. Life is so beautiful. Again, usable for anything. Here is that floral on an alternate colorway with that beautiful blue in the background. I had to do a whole card of these hearts, so they're all patterned this with an offset stitch. Another colorway for that Converse paper. Instead of on taupe, it's on green. Another journal card, denim with a daisy crown journal spot. For what is a weed if not a wildflower thriving in an environment that another has said they couldn't? Oh, another one that took me a while to put into words. Those are like the two phrases from this collection that I just like kicked around in my head forever. Another journal card. Lots and lots of room to write if you want to take up a whole page writing. This one has lines too, so you can guide your writing in case you're like me and writing crooked lines. Another variation on one of the patterns. Instead of blue in the background, there's taupe. Another journal card, even more lines for writing. And another variation on a pattern. This one's yellow instead of blue. Love, love, love. Oh, this collection makes me so happy, you guys. Sometimes, like, when you're designing things, it's hard to get what's in your head out onto paper. It's hard to, like, make what you're dreaming of come out and be exactly what you thought it was going to be. But this was not one of those collections. It came out exactly like I envisioned. So happy. So there are 2 sets of journaling cards in this collection. Each set of journaling cards has 8 3x4s, 2 4x6s. They are separated. This is set 1. This is set 2. So let's look at the 4x6s. These are the 4x6s in set 1. We have Flourish, and then just a nice journal card with the stripe on the bottom. Then the journal cards in set 2. Look at this adorable daisy heart wreath. Oh, on that wood green. Oh, kill me now. It's so gorgeous. And then that beautiful floral on blue with a place for like a title or journaling. The 3x4s in set 1. We have denim with wild and free. Beautiful memories. Daisy with a label. I cherish these days, and you can get a better look at the butterflies in this collection. Some see only weeds where others see wildflowers. If you've ever been a wildflower that somebody else thought was a weed, you'll identify with that statement. All along you were blooming. And then I included some journaling cards in this collection on not white, which is a little abnormal for me. I tend to like really light colors in my journaling cards, but I thought that the lighter version of all of the colors in this collection worked well to write on. So there are some like light green, light blue, light yellow, and taupe journaling cards. In a field of roses, dare to be a wildflower. Nothing but love for this. A beautiful day. There is beauty everywhere. Today is good. Journaling. Journaling. In order to bloom, you must grow. So you can see there's a great mix of sentiments in the wildflower theme as well as everyday stuff that you can incorporate into your regular scrapbooking, like your regular daily scrapbooking. There are 3 sheets of stickers. I have the stickers cut out here, and I have the sheets here as well. So if you're new here, my stickers come on printable sheets as well as my journaling cards and my patterned cards and my traveler's notebook papers, etc. I like to make things easy for you. So everything comes on printable sheets. If you have a cutting machine, you can just stick this right into like Silhouette or Cricut. In Cricut, you'll have to resize it just a little bit smaller because the Cricut's cutting space is not as large as the Silhouette's cutting space, but it's just slightly larger. I mean, just slightly smaller. But you can just drop these right in your program and it will automatically create the lines for you. There is a video linked in the description box below on how to do that. If you don't have a cutting machine, there is a version of my stickers called Fussy Cutting that has anywhere that's you're gonna need it. So around this white circle, around this white tab here, it's going to have fussy cutting lines for you to follow with your scissors. I also make sure to keep my word bits, my journal bits, as easy to cut as possible. It's going to be a little bit harder with the things like the flowers, to make them like straight lines and things like that. But I make them as easy to cut as possible. So we've got lots of straight lines. My circles here are a little bit wonky so that if you mess up a little bit, they're supposed to be that way, supposedly. But easy is the name of the game. So let's check these out. I have them all cut out here. I wanted to show you what they look like cut out. But I also have them on sheets, and they will be easier to look at on the sheets. So my sheets do not come with the silhouette cut lines. I put these on here before I print them so that I can cut them out. I don't think I'm allowed to include the silhouette cut lines, but again, if you look at the link in the description box for printing and cutting stickers, it shows you how to really quickly and easily add those so that you can print and cut. So here is the first sheet of stickers. This is a sheet with word bits and journaling bits. I actually typically do a sheet of word bits, a sheet of journaling bits, and a sheet of icons, but I mixed it up a little bit with this set. So there's word bits and journaling bits on both the first and second sheet. So these two right here are also tabs like this, which you can't see, of course, because they are white, but there is journaling. I love this daisy tag. So we got always blooming, toes in the grass, head in the clouds. I was made for days like these. Time together is well spent. A moment of beauty. This day was simply perfect. Inhale love, exhale peace. Much like a flower, I bloom in the sunshine. Simply magical, wild and free. Savor each day. So much love, collecting memories. Today's highlights. Delight in the now. Sun-kissed. Flourish, seek joy. Then down here we have documented moment, making me smile, basking in the sunshine, oh happy day, wild and free, take the photo, busy making memories, beautiful smile, check this out, and then such a gorgeous day. Then there are little hearts too. So you can see, just like with the journaling cards, I tried to keep a great balance between the wildflower theme as well as everyday things that you can incorporate into your regular scrapbooking. The next page has a bit more journaling labels and things like that, but we also have some word bits on here as well as titles. So this says stay wild, full of beauty, bloom and grow. Then we have awesome day, hello, wild and free, happy heart, love, happy moment, today, be free, let's go, the story, and dare to be yourself. So again, a mix of the sentiments. We have arrows and hearts as well. Then the third page is all icons. So we've got lots of florals. These are mostly single blooms with leaves on them. So not a lot of clusters, but you can build your own clusters with these florals. Then there are 6 butterflies. So you got 2 blue, 2 yellow, and 2 green in different variations on like the hand-drawn patterns. There is the heart wreath. There are patterned hearts with the offset stitching in some cases, in other cases no stitching. Then there are the converse in 3 different colors. So there's this yellow, then there's the blue with the flowers coming out the top, and then green crisscross. And then there is another wreath up here as well, and a border. So those are the stickers for the Wildflower collection. Let's hop on over to the computer and check out the rest of the collection. All right, wait. 1 minute before we do that. I want to talk about something. So I was going to finish the embellishments for this collection for Wildflower and got sidetracked, as I am wont to do, by making cut files / stencils. So now there are 3 packs of stencils in this collection, or cut files, whatever you want to call them. They're mostly cut file-ish sort of things, so that's what we'll call them. So there is a set of titles, big titles. There are a set of butterflies, we'll look at those. And then there are a set of floral motifs, which are kind of a mixed bag of things. So let's talk about those first, since this is the biggest thing. First of all, we have a 12 by 12 with hair on it. Goodness, cats everywhere. We have a 12 by 12 stencil / you know, just cut file paper thing. And let me grab a piece of paper to stick behind it. Okay, so my intention with this is either, you know, you can watercolor it, print it on, or cut it on white, watercolor it, stick watercoloring in the background, mixed media paint. You can just stick a piece of cardstock behind it, whatever you want to do. I just really loved the idea of having these leaf sprigs cut out. Now I did go in, I'm going to let you know, I cut all of my cut files because I tell you every time I like to cut everything, print everything, and make sure that everything works before I sell them to you. So I did in fact go in and change this up a little bit and make these stems thicker throughout the whole collection. So everything in this cut file set, if the stem looks a little bit delicate, a little bit thin, it's because it is, and I went in and fixed it for the actual files. But I'm not going to recut everything because these worked fine. I just want to make sure that nobody has any problems. But I will say that this is meant to be large show-stopping pieces. So if you cut down this border or the matching frame, which is the only thing I didn't cut just because I ran out of cardstock, if you make these much smaller than they are intended to be, you're gonna run into these delicate cut issues. But again, I made these petals a little bit larger, like the cutout part of the petals a little bit larger, so that it's a little less fussy to work with. But still, these are meant to be large pieces. So if you make them too small, they're not gonna work as well. So again, there is a 12-inch daisy border, and then there is a daisy frame that's like 4 by 5, or yeah, I think it's like 4 by 5. So it's also kind of large. You can definitely make these a little bit smaller. It's going to work fine. So there are also in this pack layerable flowers. So there's 2 different flowers from the collection that come in 2 pieces. So they are layerable. So you can layer them together. Like say you wanted to like put 2 different colors together, or even just make a daisy that is, where's the other one? Where's the other yellow one? Nobody knows. Even if you, oh, there, it's right there. Even if you just wanted to make a daisy that had multiple petals, like look at how cool this looks. This is probably what I'm gonna do because I cut out a couple of different ones. I made these smaller than they are in the collection. You can see they still printed out fine. These are about 2 by 2. I think in the collection they're probably more like 5 inches, so you can definitely resize these a bit smaller. But look at how cool these are going to look with these center pieces. Just so fun. There's also this one, which would be good for watercoloring, and you could even layer these 2 together if you make them different sizes. But anyway, there's 2 flowers, and there is this layered leaf, which I went in and made this a little less delicate because while it worked, it's definitely really delicate. So I made it a little bit thicker in the stem, but this is layerable too. So you can cut these out on the same color and get like a really cool textured vibe, or you can print them out on, or cut them out on different colors. Just sort of fun play with me sort of flowers that I thought would be fun for a cut file. So that is the floral motifs pack. So it comes with a frame as well. Like, so it's got a daisy border, a daisy frame, this this cut file for this large background, plus all of the flowers in this pack. Then we have a pack of, let's look at the butterflies first. So again, these are meant to be big, and I made sure to design them big. So these are like 9 inches across. So they are designed really big, but oops, I forgot to pop that out. But you can resize these a bit smaller and it will be okay. But again, they're supposed to be showstoppers, right? So that was what I designed them for. They're going to be a little bit delicate if you make them too small. Make them smaller at your own risk, I suppose. But we've got 1, 2, so all 3 butterflies from the collection. They just make absolutely stunning cut files, don't they? They're just so cool. I can't wait to. I made this one like perfect for a Life Crafted album. It's a little bit smaller than it came, but it's like perfect for a Life Crafted album. To cut down the middle and put on either side. Oh, I just can't wait. So what's really cool about these cut files too, and it applies to all the cut files, there's a lot of centers, right? There's a lot of things that we cut out. So I have so many leaves, and you could have the floral petals too. I decided not to keep those because it was just a little bit too fussy for me, but I've got leaves out the wazoo that I can layer on my pages. Imagine watercoloring these to different colors and just like layering them up on your pages, or even giving yourself like a tone on white, or, you know, one color sort of a vibe. Oh, so cool. So you get, it's like bonus cut files, right? You get all of these extra bits and pieces. Here's the little floral ones from this yellow butterfly. Super cool. You could also cut more than one and then use the inside of one color to fill in the blanks on another color and make multicolored butterflies. Lots of different options. All right, last, so there are 3 butterflies in the butterfly pack. Last but not least, there are 4 titles in the title pack, and these are really cool, show-stopping, large titles. So we've got Soar, Wild, Grow, Bloom, and as you will see in a second, the Soar and the Grow are the alphabet in the digital kit is similar to this. So I wanted to make it like a cut file, but look how cute these are. They just make me so happy. Oh, I love them. So fun. So there's 4 titles in the title set. So whew, lots and lots of cut files. Now we can hop over to the computer and look at the stamps and the digital kit. Okay, so here we have the digital stamps. There are a lot of really great useful stamps, is what I like to call them, stamps that aren't themed specifically to the collection. So we've got a lot of journaling blocks and labels, a lot of like phrases that will work for anything. Big news, love this around here. So much to love about this today. Love, ampersand, hearts, arrows. And then there are the themed sentiments as well. So just thrive, shine bright, keep blooming, grow free, stay wild, seek light. And then there are the icons, of course. So all of the fun icons from the collection, like the high tops and the florals and the butterflies, all make an appearance in the stamps. I keep wanting to say cut files now. In the stamps for the collection, there are 59 altogether. They are slightly larger than this. Altogether they fill up a 12 by 12 page, so they are slightly larger. They'll fit perfectly on your photos, on your journaling cards, for you to DIY some gorgeous stuff. Lastly, let's talk about the digital kit, which, oh, it just came out so lovely. So, of course, it has all of the beautiful icons in it and the 12 by 12 papers. You can see from the majority of the icons, I made them cardstock looking. I thought that a layered cardstock vibe would look really great with this collection. There are also some of the cut files in this collection too, but they are, of course, different than how they come when you purchase the cut files. So some of them are white cardstock with like ink splattered on them, and then you can see that the titles are actually wood veneer that matches the collection. Then there are your typical digital embellishments like flowers and leaves, ribbons. We have enamel dots as well as wood-rimmed flare. There are frames, realistic and also paper looking. There is string. There is just so much gorgeous texture in this collection, including watercolored splotches, like ombre watercolored splotches that are hard to see on the actual preview, but they're like not full page, but they're very large splotches for you to do some mixed media digital watercoloring on your pages. Then I also want to look at the alphabet down there in the top or in the bottom right corner. You can see it is like the title alphabet, but it is cardstock, of course, so it's white paper with colored rims and colored vines in the letters themselves. I really love how serene this collection feels. It's just so pretty to me, so easy to use for both boys and girls. It does sort of lean obviously feminine, but I really feel like these pages or these papers and these embellishments for the most part could be used for more masculine pages too. There's not a lot of spring collections that don't include pink or purple, so if you're looking for something that doesn't include pink or purple, you're gonna love this collection. But that is it from me. me if you enjoyed this video. I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Traci M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. Let me know in the comment section below which one of these products you're like looking for, like you're most likely to get. I'd love to know if you guys are enjoying the variety of like cut files and stamps I'm offering this year. So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know in the comment section below so that I can keep making those. But I will see you next time. There is a link to Wildflower in the comment section below. All right, bye.